Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast for Thursday, December 15th. Thomas Miller. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you guys especially for your responses to yesterday's podcast. I really appreciate it. The post in Facebook, all of you have commented on there, so just really appreciate the love and sharing in this experience together. And that really forwards our chart to today. The aspects we mentioned yesterday, and these are really the last big aspects all the way through the weekend. Mercury, early this morning at 12:21 a.m. Eastern Time, squared Chiron, and then at 9:33 this morning, these are all morning aspects, get everything loaded, locked and loaded for the day, right? Mercury trines the North Node. So this is a big aspect, all about doing the kind of work that we talked about yesterday. And let me just elaborate, because we have a big kite in the sky today. So the kite is the grand trine. That's like a big triangle in the middle of the chart. We have three trines. And this one is an Earth trine, or an Earth grand trine, connecting all Earth planets. The moon, now in Virgo, Earth, connected by trine to Uranus and the North Node in Taurus, Earth, connected to Venus and Mercury in Capricorn, Earth. So first of all, you should think from that. I mean, you have a just superior grounding right now. Then to complete that kite that I was describing, you get off of one of those trines, you get two sextiles. And it happens to be the trine between the moon in Virgo and Mercury and Venus in Capricorn. That is connected to the South Node. Now, we'll talk about the meaning of that here in just a second, but I want to throw one other technical on you, and then we'll start to pick it apart. The sun in Sagittarius today is at 23 degrees. Now, yesterday we had the sun squaring Neptune. Jupiter and Neptune are right there together, 7 degrees apart in Pisces. And the sun is moving into a midpoint position between those two. That will basically happen over the days of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Now, that's a square aspect. So this is this whole structure. So you see what's setting up with the sun moving into that position is to say that it might be that there is something that's going to come up around this Neptunian digging stuff up that could be a little challenging, like what I described yesterday, that is poised for a breakthrough. And this is deep karma, because we have the North Node, the South Node. We still have Chiron involved in the various ways that it is. So it's at the party. The moon is at the party today. This is your soul screaming that it wants to do this work. So what do we have? Go back to that Earth trine. So we have the shake-up, like the unusual stuff that I described yesterday that unfolded around this situation with my kids. That's North Node stuff. This is the universe saying, you want to heal this? You want to move it forward? You want to get unstuck from the past? And there's not a more favorable aspect in astrology than a grand trine. 3 powerful trines in the same element. And what's cool about this one is it's bringing the moon, that's our emotions, in with Mercury, that's our head. It's merging our head and our heart. So this is not I'll figure it out and I'll implement my list. And it's also not woo-woo ethereal, follow this pie in the sky stuff happened. This is real. This is practical. This is reaching into the depths of our soul. It's giving us a little surprise. Uranus is there. The south and north nodes of the moon are there. That means that this was karmically, cosmically planned. Do you remember the old television series Mission Impossible, where the and then they, of course, turned it into movies, but where the little instruction would come and then it would self-destruct, but the instruction was, if you choose to accept it. Here's your mission, if you choose to accept it. Here is Jupiter in its last now 5 days before it leaves Pisces. And Jupiter-Neptune will not be together there for 150 years. This is another one of those moments that we are going to witness and watch it move on. I would really highly suggest, and in fact, I'm going to take tomorrow off because all we're doing is following the moon. Tomorrow the moon moves into Libra, and then there's nothing over the weekend, and it doesn't move into Scorpio until late Sunday night. So let's take some time together here, because over the next 5 days, we should really be capturing this energy. Jupiter in Pisces, flanked and surrounded by this energy that is saying, if an issue is coming up in your life, like this one that I described yesterday, see it through. This, and you talk about the biggest note to self. I have been so busy, and my biggest risk is being too busy to miss this window. So why don't we all imprint right now, T-minus and counting. Jupiter leaves Pisces at 9:32 a.m. Tuesday morning. You know how last week we played around with 16 degrees and a lot of you jumped on that bandwagon? Let's jump on this bandwagon for the next T-minus and counting 5 days until next Tuesday. Let's focus on this Jupiter in Pisces spiritual connection with our soul, with our past, with issues to be resolved. And let's really roll up our sleeves, and any extra time that you can carve in, sit down with your journal, do some yoga, do a spiritual practice, do something like really put your game on for the next 5 days and see where it leads you. And I mean, what a send-off for these two co-rulers of Pisces as one of them leaves the most spiritual sign in the zodiac to position the sun, us, right in between them. That's you. That's me. As the universe moves one out, it's moving us right in between them. We are in some really good company for the next 5 days. I hope you can see that this is one of those winks from the universe, and I hope you'll take advantage of it. We will do Ray Merriman on Saturday, obviously, because this has been a big week with the consumer price report, and I'm recording this before the Fed announcement, so I'm not sure what happened, but we'll find out. So I'll see you guys on Saturday with Ray, and then back here on Monday as we celebrate what we've been able to experience together with Jupiter and Neptune, both in Pisces.